This brief section in the Working with References AutoCAD video addresses one of the problems that you often get when you're working with references. Now what you've got here is a DWG XREF sitting here, it's the topography. But if you look at some of the sizes, you can see here, if you look at this here, it doesn't tally up with the foundation line here. Now the reason for that is somebody's probably inserted this at the wrong scale, and they've obviously inserted it in the wrong place. So what we need to do is we need to move our XREF to a point of reference and then scale it. Now the good thing is we've got a corner there that we can use that can go down to a corner there. So what I do is I come into the drawing, I click on the reference file, you can see it selected and it's come up there with all of my tools that I can work with my reference file. I don't need any of those. I go back to the Home tab on the ribbon and I go to the Modify panel and I click on Move. Now it needs a base point to move from, which is going to be that snap there. You might need to zoom in to get the snap, so make sure that you do. Click there and you can move that now using that snap. I'll zoom back out again, zoom in here and line that in with that endpoint there and click there. Now if I zoom in close, you can see it's pretty obvious that the orange topography is at a smaller scale than the foundation outline there. So what I've got to do now is use a wonderful command called Scale Reference. So if I select that there, my DWG XREF, go back to the Home tab on the ribbon and select Scale. Because I've got the object already selected, it asks for a base point. I'm going to use that point there again and click. As soon as I do that, I've got the option of Copy or Reference. Now the lovely thing about AutoCAD 2014, I can come down to the command line, I can click Reference there. And it asks for a reference length, which is going to be from that snap point there to that snap point there. And then as I drag, can you see that resize? When I get to that snap point there and click, it resizes the XREF to suit the foundation line. I don't even need to know what the incorrect scale of that DWG XREF was. So as you can see, that's reference scaling, quite literally reference scaling. You're reference scaling a reference file, to use a phrase. But the idea being is that reference scaling allows you to update your XREF without even knowing what the scale of that XREF is. So if you ever get that issue where you've got an XREF, it's in the wrong place and it needs to be resized, you use a move and then a scale. It's known as reference scaling.